health bars aside. Now, can Regnum Kaya go the distance? They've got 5 elims this game. Will they be able to add it up to 8 and get 18 points this game? Or are we going to see Kara tie up that 17 elim game we saw before?
We've seen S2G with some very, very good endgame lineups in the past. They also get the circle off the back of this one, so this is going to have to be some clean shooting coming from Kara if they want to end this game well. Regnum Kara could also open up with a decent grenade over towards Kara itself, but they have these vehicles to work with too on the side of Silas. They have info on him now. Saw just the top of his head. But that's enough. I'll do the trick.
They know he's moving down. Silas repositioning that buggy now. Popping the stims. And Silas goes more central. That gives to take an unfavorable terrain position, as the rest of Kara are going to have to step forwards as well. Both Lewis and Poser, sorry, gonna have to find it. He does get spotted. That's what I was worried about. Zedwolf on the off angle stayed out, didn't put forward into the next circle, and Regnum Kaya up to 6 elims now.
Yeah, it's a nice lineup from Regnum Kaya. All they want to do is not particularly to get shots like that, but they'll take them if they can get them. It's just so they see when Kara is forced out of their cover into open ground. Gets a tag on the nade, but another one's coming back his way. It's fairly close. There's a little bit of tick damage, so now they have good info on him. Should know where Poser is. Likely in those bushes. I mean, that's realistically the only place he could be. Yep. I mean, you respect the pre-fire on that. I mean, they've been playing this game a long, long time.
They know every bush. They know every tree. They know every trick in the book. But they were denied it last time around. However, twice in a row, you'd be lucky to see the day that Regnum Kaya let that one slip. And they will be able to find a little bit of a resurgence there. And it's good to see that it didn't affect their nerves. They were able to effectively play that late game. Regnum Kaya coming out with a chicken dinner. Disappointing for the Kara fans, but they still get a load of points to add to their tally. And I think they may have jumped up to second place, potentially. We'll have to wait and see just exactly how far they were able to go.
When you're looking at that there, it is really nice. You actually see Regnum Kaya get another chance at it, just because when you're looking at that game, you want to see Regnum Kaya give another chance there, because I think that last game might have gutted their confidence otherwise if they weren't able to get this round and try and prove themselves all over again. But it's like I said, it's a really nice lineup. They know exactly what they need to do in that moment to get it done. Wait to see where they move out from, spot those angles, clear the obvious places, just like we saw Kara not do against PMB. Yeah, that's obviously a pre-shot over towards that bush, which I like to see as well, because there's no harm in it either.
Yeah, it just makes it look very clean, very nasty as well, pernicious in their approach to it. I thought Zedwolf was maybe an exposed flank for them. Obviously, he stood up, took the shots over towards CEO, and could have been a difference maker there to maybe equalize, but they were just too corralled at that point. Regnum Kaya had such dominant control with their line over the circle, and it was just not to be, unfortunately. Loxio, of course, always on the hunt. Otherwise, it could have been a bit of a different story. Yeah, great stuff, as you say. Right back on that horse, getting straight back in there for Regnum Kaya to boost their morale. And we'll see where that ends them up, because they didn't get, I think they got, 8 elims, right, at the end of that one, to be able to pick up 18 points on the game. That should see them close towards the top side of the table. Of course, I think they are in contention for the Turkey points bracket as well. That I think they do need to beat Ulf to be able to win that one. So I'll have to wait and see. It's definitely all to play for, and all of the league stages and knockout stages count too. So that's all going to come into play as well on the points bracket. But if Regnum Kaya can keep this up, hopefully we'll see them in the gauntlet.
Yeah, definitely a big hope for it, but they do worry a little bit sometimes, especially when they are struggling to clean out those. Here is a monolith. monolith of chicken dinners that we're happening, and then at the top we'll have our crowned champion. And this is all said and done. So congratulations to Rek and Kaya for this match.
They are adding that one to our monolith, as we've been instructed. It is called. It's a great win for them to be able to pick that one up, and we'll see what more they can do with the day, because we've got one more Erangel to play. We also have then 2 Miramars after that. We'll be chewing through them in no time, you'll see. And heading into our final Erangel, I feel like the team that I want to see a little bit more from is IWNRX, right? They did have some glimmers of hope, I think, during the league stage. Hopefully they can pick up a little bit more. But after game 3, that makes it halfway. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back with 4th game.
काफ़ी यार आज काफ़ी गिल्टी है इसको नहीं करने को चलो इसको नहीं करते हैं इसको भी मजा आया फाइनली यार मैं भाई क्या कर दूँ कितने जा रहे यूट्यूब पे देखे तो लंबी शक्ल आ रही अंदर देखे तो लंबी शक्ल आ रही तो मशरूम है वैसे करते बंद करवा रहे ओके इधर फोन करवाता हूँ ना करा आ रही मेरी तू जा रहा हूँ बोला हाँ हाँ इधर भी जाएगी आ रही ये नहीं आ रही बंद कर दो इधर तो जो नए आ रहे हैं फैमिली चैनल पे सब्सक्राइब कर लो तो कोई नए बहुत आएगा चल रहा है जी जी ये तो नहीं यार निकाल लिए हाजी राइट इधर लगे स्क्रीन अवेलेबल Life.
Skibbity Toilet has arrived. New Skibbity Toilet object. Powerful enemies. Thrilling battles. Protect the base. Use WoW's powerful creation tools and build defense towers to your heart's content. Engage in intense various defense towers. Earn points in battle. Unlock more defense towers. Tons of strategies. Epic battles. Play now.
You don't feel the same, wondering when it changed. Did you contemplate my baby?
Well, we've reached the halfway point of day one. We are now gearing up towards match 4. Of course, we saw Regnum Kaya taking down a game in that last one where they were denied that opportunity, arguably by their own sword. They were cut down in match number 2, but match number 3, they were able to rise atop again, converting this time with an 8 elimination chicken dinner and getting 18 points. But at the moment, it still seems that Ulf are going to be untouchable at the top. Second place, I think, could be up for grabs, though, as Kara put in a shift on the elims.
ਆਹੋ ਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਹੋਣਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਉਸਨੇ ਨੇ
Yeah.
ਹਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਅੱਛਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਅੱਛਾ ਜਿਹਾ
Oh, have we
Oh,
got
I was
blank?
muted. Yeah.
Oh
I
dear.
unmuted and then muted again. It's unfortunate. Anyway, as I say, Kara, very, very good team. I think they're feeding off a lot of the energy of the crowd right now, doing very, very well for themselves. I think, honestly, when it comes to teams like S2G, they're definitely struggling a little bit. But it's not as bad as it looks. Regnum Kaya, glad they got themselves a second round again to give it a better go of it. But yeah, I think that Kara could be definitely closer towards that podium at the moment. There's so many teams just doing well out of nowhere as well, which is amusing to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. I mean, it's always entertaining, right, to see more outside chances coming on through. Kara, again, coming in from the Turkish region, do definitely have an option of potentially winning on points, even if they don't qualify. But as you go further and further down the tables, I feel like they may just be a little bit more bedraggled in terms of what they've been able to do and earn, especially over the previous stages, right? They've been fairly middle of the pack up until now on their performances. They've had some stronger days, some weaker days, but nothing like really, really huge for themselves. But today, they have absolutely changed that track and been able to do a lot of work in their first 3 matches. We'll see if they keep pace with that. I feel like an interesting team to bring up here is Papra Supermassive, right? Not as steady as maybe we would have liked, right? Like they haven't been able to execute on positions that they've been holding in. They've lost a couple of these team fights where maybe they weren't before. A little bit of a downturn, I think it's safe to say, for Papra Supermassive.
Yeah, I still think they're surviving quite a while towards that end game, though, which is nice to see. I think that there's definitely an instance where I'm like they're not as dominant as they were, but it's still, I think it's still promising the way they're currently playing. Like I think they're on track for a good game at some point. And I think that's the only thing you can really ask for with Papra Supermassive, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, they did have the highest point scoring day of any day back in league stage. They got 83 points, and you can see, as we see our MVP here from Kara, Marso, able to do a lot of damage there and surviving all the way to the end. Very nice stuff. But I mean, obviously, Papra Supermassive does have it in them to be as bold and brash as any of our teams in the lobby, and in fact, more so. But their first game, I mean, they were able to get 3rd place, right, on Rondo. But then it really wasn't converted in the last 2 games into a solid record. So I'm looking for more from them. And sure, maybe they're about consistent points. And it goes back to what I was saying before about add 1 point per match rather than 18 points in a single match. But you still want a couple of little shining stars in the mix with the rest of it. So take a look at our match stats. Seems pretty Kara themed.
Very much so.
Oh, wait, he's from Asgard. With the grenades.
Wait, was he?
Yeah, it was real.
Okay. Yes. But it was a Kara jersey.
No, it wasn't. They look
similar.
They look very similar, which is what caught me out. But let's take a look at Regnum Kaya's stats across the board. You can see very quiet, but they were able to get 8 elims, which is still fairly respectable. But you're looking at Wild, 98 damage. What's going on there? Silas with 250, Loxy with 297. A lot of this, surprise, surprise, is Zedwolf. Look at the shift he's put in there. That's a pretty outstripping performance, I would say.
Yeah, damn good game from Zedwolf. Very, very well done. And this is what they wanted from bringing him in, is that Wild is this incredible player when it comes to those in-game performances. Loxy is very good when it comes to the clutch combat. Silas, great scouter, great IGL. They needed a dedicated damage dealer on the team. And I think Zedwolf fits that role very, very well. I think it's sad to see Toshbik go, but I do think that Toshbik was unreliable at times. I think he's a very, very good player. I think there's just sometimes where he comes into it and he can be unreliable. Be that a case that it was a language barrier, in which case Deadwolf has no problem with that whatsoever because they're all speaking the same language now. Or it's just a case that Toshbik sometimes gets a little bit over aggressive. I'm not sure, but it still didn't matter too much because Deadwolf, I think, is a great addition to the team.
Absolutely. I mean, he's definitely doing work for them, and they're probably quite pleased to have him. But again, will it sort of start to gravitate towards play around Zedwolf, which it kind of did back on whatever they were called at the time, the IWNRX roster. It kind of was just play around Zedwolf and facilitate him. Regnum Kaya, I mean, for now, seem to be reining that in, as you were talking about earlier in the show. But maybe if he keeps, outperforming, are they going to be maybe not baited, but like lured into that sort of playstyle that sort of saw the downturn of IWNRX?
Yeah,
it's a danger.
We are just waiting for the next game. We have the lobby set up right now, and it is getting filled up as we ruminate on the previous 3 matches now. Is it 3 matches? We're on the
we've
fourth
had 3
match
matches.
now. Yeah,
because we had Regnum Kaya not winning the first Erangel and then winning the second Erangel. We had a rondo that felt, like a fever dream, all things considered.
It did. 8-hour day at this rate. Goodness me.
Yeah.
I know. But I think we'll get through it. We're getting faster and faster each time. So don't you worry, guys. We're going to get those games to you. But I do think that there's some teams I'd like to see more from, in particular BRA. I want to see some more tactical gameplay from them. Right now, it feels a little bit all over the place. Still a very strong team when it comes to team fights, but yeah, in terms of getting towards that end game, I'm not really seeing the vision. With Regnum Kaya, it was very clear what they wanted to do from both their previous games where they got into a good spot. With Besiktas, it was very clear what they were trying to do on Rondo. But BRA, I don't see the vision right now.
Yeah, they haven't really proven anything at this stage, and other than that they can get here, right, which is no mean feat. It has to be said. They have managed to qualify, which is more than can be said for some. 4th place back in the league stages, going into a 1st place at the knockouts. It is all about keeping that message going out and making sure that they are going to have a good time, because it is a little bit lackluster here. Taking a look at the points, you can see it was actually Karo who earned the most out of that game, despite finishing 2nd place with 20 points earned. Regnum Kaya getting a delicious 18 for themselves.
Game of the day. It is Erangel. We're heading into it right now.
Absolutely. We're getting the plane into the sky, heading in from Primorsk, or just a little bit west of it, over towards just east of Severny on the plane path. And we will see where teams drop out. We have done a little bit of a tour of the plane paths at the moment. I feel like we've seen some quite variable plane paths over these last 3 Erangels, and it's interesting to see that diversity of approach to the match that it will necessitate.
Whoa. Okay. I think this is actually kind of a tough playing path, honestly. It really forces a lot of teams, if you drop out early, into a small area, which is really unfun to play in. And instead, a lot of teams